Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the Cambrian Explosion, when life decided to become diverse. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Let the weight of the day fade away as we embark on an unhurried, atmospheric journey through the wonders of the cosmos. Your mind is quiet, the universe is vast, and we are ready to explore. This era, occurring around 541 million years ago, marks a significant shift in the history of life on Earth. It encompasses a time when the biosphere underwent remarkable transformations, resulting in a profound diversification of organisms. Fossil records indicate that this period saw the emergence of complex multicellular life, characterized by a variety of forms and functions. The geological context is essential. During the Cambrian, the planet's crust was undergoing significant tectonic activity, resulting in the formation of shallow marine environments. These habitats provided ideal conditions for evolutionary experimentation, allowing various life forms to thrive and adapt. Notable among the newly emerged organisms were arthropods, mollusks, and early vertebrates, each showcasing unique anatomical features. Environmental factors played a critical role. Changes in ocean chemistry, particularly the increase in oxygen levels, facilitated metabolic processes in larger organisms. The interplay between these conditions and biological innovation led to the establishment of intricate ecosystems. The fossilized remains of these entities reveal not only their morphology, but also insights into their ecological interactions. The Cambrian Explosion thus represents a pivotal moment in the evolutionary timeline, marking the onset of an era where life diversified at an unprecedented rate. This phenomenon laid the groundwork for the complex biosphere that would follow, setting the stage for the myriad forms of life observed today. The pre-Cambrian Earth existed as a vastly different world, characterized by its simplicity and stability. For nearly 4 billion years, this region experienced an environment dominated by the elements of water, rock, and a limited array of microbial life. The surface was largely barren, marked by a lack of significant geological features. Tectonic activity was subdued, and the atmosphere was rich in carbon dioxide, lacking the oxygen that would later fuel advanced life forms. Amidst this stillness, the formation of the first stable continental masses began. These land masses emerged slowly from the depths of the oceans, providing a foundation for future ecological developments. Volcanic activity contributed to the formation of new landscapes, introducing minerals essential for life. The oceans, teeming with bacteria and single-celled organisms, served as the cradle for early biological processes. Rivers carved their paths through the land, depositing sediments that would eventually form the bedrock of future ecosystems. The emergence of stromatolites, layered structures formed by microbial communities, marked significant biological activity. These organisms initiated the transformation of atmospheric composition, releasing oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. This gradual buildup of oxygen would later become crucial for the evolution of more complex life forms, paving the way for the Cambrian Explosion and the dazzling diversity that would follow. The emergence of the Ediacaran biota marked a significant chapter in the history of life on Earth. This assemblage of organisms, existing approximately 600 to 540 million years ago, represented the first complex multicellular life forms. Soft-bodied and often enigmatic, these creatures thrived in shallow marine environments, where they utilized the resources provided by a nurturing ocean. Ediacaran organisms displayed an array of body plans, ranging from simple fronds to more intricate forms that exhibited bilateral symmetry. Their existence hinted at evolutionary experimentation, a precursor to the explosive diversification that would characterize the Cambrian period. These forms were not yet true animals, lacking hard shells or skeletal structures, yet they laid the foundation for future complexity. Fossil evidence reveals a tapestry of life, with impressions etched into ancient sediments. Some of these organisms may have engaged in photosynthesis, while others likely absorbed nutrients directly from the surrounding environment. This interplay of life forms would begin as geological processes continued to shape the planet. The conditions conducive to life evolved, setting the stage for the remarkable transformations that lay ahead. The Ediacaran biota serves as a crucial link, illustrating the gradual emergence of complexity that would soon flourish in the Cambrian seas. The changing ocean chemistry played a pivotal role in this biological revolution. Increased levels of oxygen in the atmosphere contributed to the development of more complex organisms, enabling the emergence of larger and more energetically demanding life forms. This shift in oxygen levels can be attributed to photosynthetic microorganisms, which thrived and proliferated in the nutrient-rich waters. Climate fluctuations also acted as a catalyst for diversification. The planet experienced a series of warming and cooling cycles, influencing sea levels and sedimentation patterns. These changes created new habitats within marine environments, from shallow coastal areas to deeper oceanic expanses. Such diversity in habitats allowed for varied ecological niches, promoting the evolution of distinct lifestyles and adaptive strategies among organisms. In this region, the proliferation of calcium carbonate precipitates provided a foundation for organisms to develop hard shells and skeletons. This structural innovation led to the first appearances of many prominent phyla, including arthropods and mollusks. The interactions between environmental conditions and biological evolution became increasingly intricate, leading to a rapid increase in diversity. The interplay of these factors underscored an essential truth: life, in its quest for survival, is profoundly influenced by its surroundings. Each adjustment in ocean chemistry and climate paved the way for the Cambrian Explosion, marking a transformative period in the history of life on Earth. This transformative period unfolded approximately 541 million years ago. Extending for roughly 53 million years, the Cambrian period witnessed significant geological changes, with the continents shifting towards the equator, allowing for increased marine biodiversity. Shallow seas flooded vast regions, creating expansive environments conducive to life. The geological record reveals a stratified layering of sedimentary rocks, indicating fluctuations in sea levels and the influence of tectonic activity. These layers, rich in fossils, provide insight into the thriving ecosystems of the time. The emergence of hard-bodied organisms marked a pivotal shift in evolutionary history, facilitating the preservation of species within the sediment. In this era, trilobites dominated the ocean floors, their exoskeletons serving as a vital index for dating and correlating rock strata. The rapid diversification of life forms is evidenced by the presence of early arthropods, echinoderms, and the first vertebrates. Fossils show complex interactions among species, suggesting early forms of predation and competition. The geological formations, such as the Burgess Shale, offer a window into this dynamic period, revealing a myriad of creatures in a vibrant marine ecosystem. This era, characterized by innovation in morphology and ecology, laid the foundation for the evolutionary pathways that would shape future life on Earth. Major changes in Earth's ecosystems marked the transition between the Triassic and early Cambrian periods. This transition served as a crucial juncture where the planetary landscape underwent significant transformations. Shifting tectonic plates reconfigured continents, leading to the formation of vast, shallow seas. These marine environments became hotspots for diversification, providing a rich habitat for emerging life forms. In these shallow waters, a variety of organisms began to flourish. The emergence of multicellularity allowed for more complex interactions among species, fostering an intricate web of relationships. Soft-bodied creatures coexisted alongside the earliest hard-shelled organisms. This proliferation of life set the stage for enhanced ecological dynamics as predation and competition became prevalent. The development of mineralized exoskeletons represented a critical evolutionary strategy. These protective structures not only offered defense against predators, but also contributed to the fossil record, providing invaluable insights into ancient biodiversity. The early Cambrian oceans teemed with trilobites, mollusks, and other invertebrates, each occupying distinct ecological niches. Simultaneously, terrestrial ecosystems began to respond to these changes. Vegetation started to establish itself on land, slowly transforming the landscape. The emergence of primitive plants initiated a gradual process that would eventually lead to the formation of complex terrestrial ecosystems, linking the diverse life forms of the ocean with those of the land. The fossil record serves as a silent testament to the events of the Cambrian Explosion, capturing glimpses of this remarkable period. Among the most significant sites is the Burgess Shale, located in the Canadian Rockies. This region holds an extraordinary collection of fossils that reveals a plethora of life forms, many of which are unlike any existing organisms. The preservation of soft-bodied creatures in such remarkable detail allows scientists to study various anatomical features and evolutionary pathways that would otherwise remain obscured. Other notable fossil deposits, such as the Maotianshan Shale in China and the Sirius Passet in Greenland, contribute additional evidence of the diversity during this time. Each site provides unique insights into the morphology and ecology of Cambrian organisms, showcasing the rapid evolutionary experimentation that characterized this epoch. The interplay of environmental factors, such as changing sea levels and oxygen availability, likely played a crucial role in shaping the dynamics of life. These fossilized remains serve as a window into ancient ecosystems, illustrating the interactions among different species and their habitats. Through meticulous study, paleontologists reconstruct the tapestry of life that flourished in ancient oceans, providing context for the evolutionary milestones that would follow in subsequent geological eras. Each discovery enriches our understanding of life's intricate history on Earth. Anomalocaridids emerged as apex predators within the Cambrian seas, showcasing an array of unique adaptations. These ancient creatures, often exceeding 1 meter in length, possessed a distinct body plan characterized by a segmented torso and large, compound eyes. Such features granted them enhanced sensory perception, allowing for effective hunting strategies in a rapidly diversifying ecosystem. The presence of specialized appendages, resembling paddles, facilitated swift locomotion through the water. This ability enabled them to navigate their environment skillfully, seeking out smaller, defenseless organisms. Their mouthparts, equipped with formidable, tooth-like structures, demonstrated an evolutionary design tailored for grasping and processing their prey. The role of anomalocaridids as apex predators fostered an intricate web of interactions, influencing the behaviors and survival strategies of other marine life forms. And the rich, complex waters of this era, they contributed significantly to the establishment of ecological balance. As they thrived, the resulting predatory pressures prompted evolutionary responses in prey species, leading to innovations such as protective shells and enhanced mobility. This cycle of adaptation and response laid the groundwork for future evolutionary pathways, creating a dynamic that shaped the biodiversity of subsequent geological periods. Anomalocaridids, with their unique adaptations and ecological significance, serve as a remarkable example of the Cambrian period's evolutionary potential. The emergence of hard parts represents a pivotal advancement in evolutionary history. This innovation provided organisms with enhanced protection against predators and environmental stresses. Shells and exoskeletons began to appear in various forms, reflecting the diverse ecological niches being explored during this time. Such structures offered not only defense but also support, enabling organisms to attain greater sizes and more complex forms. In this region, trilobites exemplified the successful adaptation of hard exoskeletons. Their segmented bodies and distinctive morphology allowed them to thrive in a variety of environments, from shallow seas to deeper, darker waters. These features facilitated locomotion and enhanced their ability to scavenge and hunt for food. Mollusks, emerging concurrently, displayed remarkable diversity in their shell shapes and sizes. The development of calcium carbonate shells allowed for intricate designs, increasing both protection and adaptability. Some species evolved coiling or spiraling forms, enhancing hydrodynamics and efficiency in movement. The presence of hard parts also had profound implications for sedimentary processes. Fossilization became more common as these durable remains accumulated in ancient seafloors. This accumulation of biological material laid the groundwork for future geological formations and provided a lasting record of early life's diversity. Such advancements marked a significant transformation in the evolutionary narrative, fostering an era of unprecedented biological complexity. Trilobites emerged as the first major group of arthropods during this transformative period, showcasing a remarkable adaptability to diverse marine environments. These creatures, with their distinct three-part body structure, flourished in the ancient oceans. Their hard exoskeletons provided protection against predators and environmental challenges, allowing them to occupy various ecological niches. Fossil evidence indicates that trilobites exhibited a wide range of sizes and shapes, reflecting their evolutionary success. Some species developed specialized limbs and appendages, enhancing their ability to scavenge or hunt within the sediment. This adaptability not only illustrates their resilience, but also indicates a complex interplay with other life forms in their ecosystems. As these organisms diversified, they became an integral part of the marine food web, influencing the dynamics of life below the surface. The presence of trilobites in the fossil record reveals insights into ancient environments, including shifts in climate and sea levels. Their extinction, which occurred at the end of the Permian period, marked the loss of a dominant group, but paved the way for new arthropod lineages to flourish. The legacy of trilobites continues to inform paleontologists about evolutionary processes and the intricate relationships that define life on Earth. Their fossilized remains serve as a testament to an era of innovation and adaptation that shaped the planet's biological history. Oisingay fratuon ophithiojapo. Oasis ecological dynamics, fundamentally altering the trajectory of evolutionary processes. It created a competitive environment where organisms were not only striving for survival, but also adapting to avoid becoming prey. This shift prompted rapid evolutionary changes, fostering the development of defensive mechanisms such as hard shells, spines, and improved mobility. The interplay of predator and prey led to an evolutionary arms race, where adaptations on one side spurred counter-adaptations on the other. In this tumultuous environment, organisms began to diversify into various niches, occupying different roles within their ecosystems. Some species evolved to become more efficient hunters, while others adapted as vulnerable but resilient prey. This dynamic encouraged specialization, allowing life forms to exploit specific resources and habitats effectively. Consequently, a rich variety of forms emerged, ranging from agile predators to armored herbivores. The consequences of these interactions can still be observed in modern ecosystems, where the legacies of ancient predatory relationships continue to shape species development and ecological balance. The fossil record reveals an intricate mosaic of adaptations, illustrating how predation influenced the evolutionary pathways of countless organisms. Each layer of sediment holds the imprint of this ongoing struggle for existence, echoing the profound impact of predation on the diversity of life that followed the Cambrian Explosion. The rise of atmospheric oxygen played a crucial role in shaping the early biosphere. With levels steadily increasing, life forms began to exploit this abundant resource, leading to a significant shift in metabolic processes. Aerobic metabolism became the dominant means of energy production, allowing organisms to harness energy more efficiently than through anaerobic pathways. This transition spurred rapid evolutionary adaptations, as species developed more complex structures and behaviors to thrive in an oxygen-rich environment. The expansion of aerobic organisms facilitated a cascade of ecological innovation. This region, once dominated by simple unicellular life forms, began to see the emergence of multicellular organisms. The increasing availability of energy supported greater diversity, enabling the development of specialized functions and interactions among species. Complex ecosystems began to emerge, with organisms forming intricate relationships within their environments. The relationships among these organisms were diverse, ranging from symbiotic partnerships to predatory dynamics. Such interactions not only enhanced biodiversity, but also contributed to the resilience of ecosystems. The gradual rise in oxygen levels transformed the planet into a vibrant habitat, where life flourished and diversified in ways previously unimaginable. This period marked a significant turning point, as aerobic processes laid the groundwork for the intricate web of life that would continue to evolve through the ages. The emergence of vision represented a pivotal advancement in the evolution of life. In the depths of primordial oceans, simple light-sensitive spots began to form. These rudimentary eye spots allowed organisms to detect the presence of light, guiding their movements toward or away from its source. This basic sensitivity paved the way for more complex visual systems, enabling early life forms to navigate their surroundings with increasing sophistication. As time progressed, these eye spots became more intricate. The development of lens structures allowed for improved focus and resolution. Organisms could now discern shapes and movement, enhancing their ability to hunt or evade predators. This evolutionary leap provided a competitive edge, facilitating survival in an ever-changing environment. Within this region of evolutionary experimentation, various forms of eyes emerged, from compound eyes seen in arthropods to the more advanced camera-like structures found in vertebrates. Each adaptation reflected the specific demands of their respective habitats, illustrating the versatility of vision as a tool for survival. This trajectory continued, driven by the pressures of predation and the quest for sustenance. The complexity of visual systems grew in tandem with the increasing diversity of life forms. The ability to perceive the environment transformed interactions among species and shaped ecosystems in profound ways, reinforcing the intricate relationships that define the natural world today. Major Cambrian faunas emerged during this pivotal period, showcasing an extraordinary array of organisms that would lay the foundation for future biodiversity. The fossil record reveals a remarkable assortment of life forms, each adapted to their unique ecological niches. Among them, trilobites flourished, characterized by their segmented bodies and hard exoskeletons. These arthropods dominated the seafloor, exhibiting a range of forms and sizes, indicative of their evolutionary success. Anomalocaridids, the apex predators of the Cambrian seas, displayed fascinating features such as large eyes and versatile appendages, allowing them to navigate and hunt effectively. Their presence signified an evolutionary arms race, prompting adaptations in prey species and fostering diversification across the ecosystem. Widespread among the Cambrian waters, the agnatha, or jawless fish, began to emerge, marking a significant evolutionary step toward vertebrate development. This lineage would eventually give rise to the vast array of fish that inhabit modern oceans. Other organisms such as the enigmatic hallucinogenia and the soft-bodied Wywaxia exhibited unique body plans that challenged previous conceptions of life forms. These creatures, with their distinct morphologies, contribute to the understanding of evolutionary experimentation during this explosive period. Each organism represented a thread in the fabric of life, setting the stage for the complex ecosystems that would follow in Earth's history. Genetic innovation served as a catalyst during this crucial period, particularly through the emergence of Hox genes. These pivotal elements orchestrated the development of body plans in multicellular organisms. Hox genes act as regulatory switches, determining the arrangement of tissues and organs along the body axis. This capability allowed for a remarkable variety of forms, from simple to complex structures. In this region of evolutionary history, the diversification of body plans became evident. Organisms began to exhibit distinct anatomical features, leading to the establishment of various phyla. Each variation was a response to environmental pressures and ecological opportunities, highlighting the interplay between genetic potential and adaptive necessity. The presence of Hox genes not only facilitated the emergence of new body types, but also influenced the evolutionary pathways that organisms would subsequently take. This genetic framework provided a foundation for innovation, enabling life to explore myriad forms and functions. As organisms adapted to diverse habitats, their genetic makeup evolved, further enriching the biodiversity of the planet. These changes laid the groundwork for the intricate relationships that would define future ecosystems. The emergence of new life forms during this epoch underscored the importance of genetic mechanisms in shaping the trajectory of evolution, yielding a complexity that continues to intrigue scientists today. The shifting of tectonic plates played a pivotal role in the diversification of ecosystems during the Cambrian period. As continents drifted apart, they created isolated environments where species could adapt independently. This geographical separation fostered a multitude of ecological niches, allowing organisms to exploit different resources and develop unique adaptations. The fragmentation of habitats led to evolutionary experiments that contributed to the rich tapestry of life, as varying climates and geological features influenced the organisms that thrived in each region. This dynamic process also facilitated the development of marine environments. Shallow seas and new coastlines emerged, providing abundant resources and shelter for marine organisms. The introduction of different substrates, such as rocky and sandy bottoms, allowed for varied feeding strategies and reproductive tactics. Species that adapted to these changing environments often flourished, leading to an explosion of forms and functions. Continental drift influenced not only the physical landscape of the planet, but also the intricate web of life that inhabited it. The movement of land masses initiated a profound transformation within Earth's biosphere. This era, known as the Cambrian Substrate Revolution, marked a pivotal shift in ecological dynamics. Organisms began to adapt to life beneath the surface, delving into sediment and altering their environments in unprecedented ways. Burrowing creatures, equipped with specialized adaptations, disrupted layers of sediment, creating new habitats that fostered further biodiversity. This behavior not only reshaped the physical landscape, but also influenced nutrient cycling within these ecosystems. The act of burrowing aerated sediments, allowing oxygen to penetrate deeper layers, supporting a wider range of life forms. As these organisms thrived, intricate relationships emerged, leading to complex food webs and competition for resources. The disturbance caused by these burrowing activities facilitated the mixing of organic and inorganic materials, which played a crucial role in nutrient availability. This interaction contributed to the flourishing of various marine species, including early arthropods and mollusks. The sedimentary environment itself became a canvas for evolutionary experimentation, with organisms evolving unique forms and functions in response to the dynamic conditions. In this rich milieu, life diversified rapidly, setting the stage for ecosystems that would dominate marine environments for millions of years. The Cambrian substrate revolution exemplified the intricate interplay between organisms and their habitats, underscoring the fundamental role of sediment disturbance in shaping the trajectory of life on Earth. The emergence of vertebrates represented a pivotal moment in evolutionary history. Early chordates, characterized by their notochord and dorsal nerve cord, began to populate the shallow marine environments of this time. These organisms, though simple in structure compared to later vertebrates, laid the groundwork for a diverse lineage that would flourish in subsequent eras. Fossil evidence suggests that these early forms exhibited features that would eventually evolve into the complex anatomy of modern vertebrates. This period marked an exploration of new ecological niches, as chordates adapted to various roles within their environments. Predation and competition spurred advancements in sensory and locomotor capabilities, facilitating their survival and proliferation. In this region, marine ecosystems became increasingly complex. The presence of these early chordates indicates a shift toward more dynamic interactions among species. The development of a backbone provided structural support, allowing for enhanced movement and agility. Some chordates began to exhibit early forms of gills, facilitating respiration in oxygen-rich waters. The fossil record reveals a gradual emergence of diverse body plans, suggesting a significant evolutionary experimentation. This experimentation set the stage for the eventual rise of more complex vertebrates, establishing a lineage that would shape the trajectory of life on Earth. Algae emerged as the primary producers within Cambrian ecosystems. These single-celled organisms began to dominate the shallow marine environments, utilizing sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into organic matter through photosynthesis. This process created a foundational layer of energy that supported a variety of life forms, allowing for the intricate web of interactions that characterized the period. In this region, diverse algal species proliferated, contributing to the formation of microbial mats. These mats not only stabilized sediments, but also provided essential habitats for early multicellular organisms. As algae thrived, they produced oxygen, enriching the atmosphere and oceans, which facilitated the evolution of more complex life forms. The interplay between algae and other organisms was vital, as numerous species began to rely on these producers for sustenance. Within this evolving ecosystem, herbivorous organisms started to emerge, exploiting the abundant algal resources. This development marked a significant shift in ecological dynamics, as grazers began to influence algal populations, fostering a cycle of growth and consumption. Thus, the Cambrian period witnessed not only the diversification of life, but also the interconnectedness of various organisms, with algae at the heart of this unfolding narrative. Their role as primary producers laid the groundwork for the complex food webs that would define future biological landscapes. Fossilization played a crucial role in preserving the evidence of this remarkable period known as the Cambrian Explosion. It marked a transformative era in Earth's history. Approximately 541 million years ago, when life forms experienced an unprecedented diversification. This region, characterized by shallow seas and sedimentary deposits, provided ideal conditions for the preservation of organisms. Soft-bodied species, which once left little trace, began to leave behind imprints and mineralized remnants. The rapid evolution of hard structures, such as shells and exoskeletons, significantly increased the likelihood of fossilization. These hard parts could endure geological processes, allowing them to be entombed in sediment layers. Over time, minerals infiltrated the organic material, resulting in the formation of fossils that served as windows into an ancient world. Fossils from this period showcase a wealth of body plans and ecological niches. Organisms such as trilobites and anomalocaridids, with their intricate forms and varied adaptations, highlight the evolutionary experimentation that characterized this era. The fossil record offers insight into early predation, mobility, and diversification of life on Earth, providing critical data for understanding the evolutionary pathways that led to the complexity of modern ecosystems. Each discovery adds depth to the narrative of life's progression, illuminating the intricate processes that shaped biodiversity. The emergence of the small shelly fauna marks a pivotal chapter in this narrative. These microscopic remnants, appearing during the early Cambrian period, serve as the earliest indicators of biological complexity, composed primarily of tiny, mineralized structures. They reflect the initial stages of organismal evolution, showcasing a shift from simple, soft-bodied life forms to more intricate designs. Each specimen provides a window into a world where early life began to experiment with form and function. Their varied shapes and sizes reveal a spectrum of adaptations, suggesting that organisms were exploring new ecological niches. This region, once dominated by simple organisms, began to teeter on the brink of a biological revolution. The presence of diverse shell types implies a response to environmental pressures, such as predation and competition, leading to evolutionary advancements that would shape future life. The significance of these small entities extends beyond their physical characteristics. They provide crucial insights into the evolutionary mechanisms at play. Fossilized remains indicate not just survival, but a profound experimentation with morphology. This complex interplay between organism and environment set the stage for the explosion of life forms that followed. As these evolutionary innovations unfolded, they laid the groundwork for the rich tapestry of life that would populate our planet. Segmentation and specialization emerged as pivotal evolutionary innovations during this period. This restructuring allowed organisms to develop distinct body regions, each adapted for specific functions. Such anatomical divisions contributed to increased efficiency in movement, feeding, and reproduction. In these early environments, the presence of segmented bodies provided advantages in navigating diverse habitats, enabling organisms to exploit a wider range of ecological niches. Certain groups began to exhibit pronounced specialization, where different body parts evolved to fulfill unique roles. For instance, some organisms developed specialized appendages for grasping or locomotion, enhancing their ability to interact with a dynamic environment. This adaptation not only improved survival rates, but also set the stage for more complex interactions among species. The emergence of hard exoskeletons marked another significant advancement, providing protection against predators. These structures also facilitated the evolution of predatory behavior, leading to an intricate web of interactions. This period saw the rise of various forms of life, from filter feeders to active hunters, each adapting to the challenges of their surroundings. As these innovations proliferated, they fostered a rich diversity of form and function. This ongoing process of adaptation and specialization would reveal an extraordinary diversity within the Cambrian marine environments. Among the myriad of organisms that emerged during this period, annelids and polychaetes exhibited remarkable traits and adaptations. Annelids, characterized by their segmented bodies, displayed variations in morphology and habitat. They inhabited soft sediments, burrowing into the ocean floor, a strategy enabling them to exploit different ecological niches. Polychaetes, a subset of annelids, showcased an impressive array of forms and functions. Some possessed elaborate tentacles, which served as both sensory organs and feeding structures, while others developed complex gills for respiration. This adaptability allowed them to thrive in various marine environments, from shallow coastal waters to the deeper oceanic realms. The presence of these organisms contributed to intricate food webs, establishing relationships that would shape the evolution of marine ecosystems. Their burrowing behaviors modified sediment structures, influencing nutrient cycling and promoting the growth of other life forms. Fossil records indicate that the Cambrian period not only facilitated the emergence of these complex organisms, but also highlighted their evolutionary significance. This era marked a pivotal transition in the history of life, setting the stage for the proliferation of biodiversity that would follow in the subsequent geological epochs. The emergence of early mollusks during the Cambrian period exemplifies this evolutionary leap. Initially, these organisms displayed simple, unadorned shells and soft bodies, primarily serving as a means of protection in an increasingly competitive environment. As this region underwent significant geological and ecological changes, mollusks began to diversify, developing more complex forms and structures. The development of a coiled shell in some species provided not only physical protection, but also enhanced mobility, allowing them to navigate various habitats. This adaptation facilitated a range of feeding strategies, from filter feeding to predation, further diversifying their ecological roles. The intricate internal anatomy evolved as well, with specialized organs and systems, enabling more efficient respiration and digestion. These changes did not occur in isolation. Interactions with other organisms, such as early predators and symbiotic partners, influenced mollusk evolution. The rise of predation prompted enhancements in shell strength and complexity, while symbiotic relationships contributed to the diversification of feeding mechanisms. As these marine ecosystems thrived, mollusks became a dominant presence, illustrating the adaptability and resilience of life. Their evolutionary journey from simple forms to increasingly complex structures underscores the profound impact of environmental pressures and ecological interactions, shaping the trajectory of life on Earth. The significance of Cambrian conodonts emerges prominently as some of the earliest vertebrate ancestors. These small, tooth-like structures provide crucial insights into the evolutionary transition that would lead to the rise of jawed vertebrates. Found in geological deposits dating back to this period, their unique morphology reveals adaptations that hint at the beginnings of complex feeding mechanisms. This region, characterized by shallow marine environments, fostered an explosion of biodiversity, allowing these organisms to exploit various ecological niches. With their distinctive conodont elements, which served a variety of functions from predation to scavenging, they exemplified early experimentation with form and function in the evolutionary narrative. These early vertebrate precursors thrived in conditions that were ripe for diversification, supported by factors such as nutrient availability and habitat complexity. The fossil record indicates their widespread distribution across ancient oceans, suggesting a successful strategy for survival in a rapidly changing environment. Conodonts not only provide a glimpse into the past, but also contribute to our understanding of vertebrate evolution, bridging gaps between simpler life forms and more advanced species. Their presence in Cambrian strata marks a pivotal point in Earth's biological history, revealing how life adapted and evolved amidst the shifting landscapes of an ancient world. The Cambrian Sea teemed with a multitude of organisms, each occupying distinct ecological niches. Some creatures thrived in the sediment, scavenging for organic matter. Others, buoyant and agile, roamed the waters, utilizing various adaptations to capture prey or evade predation. This intricate web of life featured early arthropods, mollusks, and echinoderms, each contributing to an expanding ecosystem. In the shallow regions, photosynthetic organisms harnessed sunlight, forming the foundational layer of this marine environment. These primary producers supported a diverse array of herbivores and filter feeders, creating a dynamic interplay among species. The delicate balance of life ensured that energy flowed through various trophic levels, establishing a complex food web. Predatory species emerged, equipped with specialized appendages and predation techniques, enabling them to exploit these burgeoning resources. The competition for survival drove innovations in form and function, leading to a diversification of body plans. The presence of hard-shelled organisms marked another significant evolutionary advancement, offering protection and anchoring themselves to the substrate. These adaptations contributed to the stability of the ecosystem, fostering interactions that shaped evolutionary trajectories. The Cambrian Seas, with their myriad inhabitants and interactions, served as a crucible for evolutionary experimentation, laying the groundwork for future biodiversity on Earth. Producers thrived in these ancient waters, harnessing sunlight to convert it into energy through photosynthesis. These microscopic organisms formed the base of the food web, providing essential nourishment for a variety of consumers. With an abundance of plankton and algae, the oceans became filled with life forms that ranged from simple filter feeders to more complex predatory species. Consumers emerged in distinct categories, each fulfilling a role that ensured the stability of this ecosystem. Herbivorous organisms grazed upon the abundant primary producers, while carnivorous species, equipped with specialized adaptations, preyed upon their herbivorous counterparts. This dynamic interaction forged a complex network of energy transfer, where each organism contributed to the balance of life in the Cambrian Seas. Decomposers played a crucial role in this early ecosystem, breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients back into the environment. As organisms died, their remains provided sustenance for these vital recyclers, ensuring that energy flowed continuously through the food web. The interconnectedness of producers, consumers, and decomposers created a resilient system that would support increasingly complex life forms. This intricate web of relationships marked a pivotal moment in Earth's history, setting the stage for the evolution of diverse ecosystems that would follow in the millennia to come. Equilibrium was sought with each interaction, shaping the future of life on this planet. This volatile environment fostered the emergence of diverse organisms, with climate serving as a critical catalyst. Elevated temperatures during the Cambrian period encouraged metabolic rates, enabling rapid growth and reproduction. The warmth of shallow seas created favorable conditions for various life forms to thrive, establishing complex ecosystems within these ancient waters. Nutrient-rich oceans supported the proliferation of phytoplankton, the foundational food source that sustained herbivorous and carnivorous species alike. The increase in biodiversity was not merely a consequence of warmer temperatures. It was a dynamic interplay between climate, geological activity, and biological evolution. Nutrient upwelling from ocean floor disturbances added further complexity, fueling an explosion of life that had not been seen before. This flourishing resulted in the diversification of body plans and ecological strategies. Organisms adapted to varying habitats, from the depths of the ocean to the shallow reefs, leading to the first significant occurrence of predation, which in turn drove evolutionary innovations such as hard shells and improved mobility. The Cambrian Explosion marked a pivotal juncture in biological history, characterized by an unprecedented increase in the complexity and variety of life forms. These developments would lay the groundwork for future evolutionary trajectories, shaping the biosphere in profound ways. Climate and environmental factors became intrinsic to the narrative of life's evolution on Earth. Nutrient availability played a decisive role in the geochemistry of Cambrian oceans. During this period, the oceans were rich in essential minerals and organic materials, fostering an environment where life could flourish. The increased weathering of continental landmasses contributed to the influx of vital nutrients, including phosphorus and nitrogen. These elements supported the growth of phytoplankton, which formed the foundation of the marine food web. The Cambrian period witnessed a significant rise in oxygen levels, a phenomenon attributed to the photosynthetic activity of early organisms. This increase in dissolved oxygen transformed the oceanic environment, allowing more complex life forms to emerge. The interplay between nutrient availability and oxygen levels created dynamic ecosystems where competition and predation began to shape the evolutionary trajectory of marine species. In these thriving waters, multicellular organisms began to diversify rapidly. Various forms of life, including trilobites and early arthropods, adapted to exploit the nutrient-rich waters. The geochemical shifts facilitated diversification, leading to complex interactions and ecological relationships. These changes marked the dawn of unprecedented biological innovation. The intricate balance of nutrient cycling, coupled with geological processes, laid the groundwork for the remarkable biodiversity observed during this epoch. It established a framework that would influence Earth's biological and geological systems for millions of years to come. Life was not merely surviving, it was evolving in ways previously unimagined. The emergence of eukaryotic cells marked a pivotal moment in the history of life. These complex structures, distinguished by their membrane-bound organelles and distinct nuclei, provided a foundation for greater biological diversity. This region of cellular advancement enabled the development of intricate systems, allowing for specialization and cooperation among cells. Through this evolutionary leap, organisms began to exhibit greater complexity, leading to the formation of multicellular life forms. It was within these cellular colonies that differentiation occurred, paving the way for the myriad shapes and functions seen in later organisms. The rise of complex life forms was not just a random occurrence, it was a significant response to environmental pressures and opportunities that arose during this period. Eukaryotes increasingly adapted to their surroundings, harnessing energy through photosynthesis or consuming other organisms. This versatility enhanced their survival and proliferation, leading to the rapid diversification seen during the Cambrian Explosion. Fossil evidence from this time reveals a remarkable array of body plans and structures, illustrating the evolutionary experimentation taking place. These developments provided a framework for future ecosystems, establishing relationships that would govern life for millions of years. The legacy of eukaryotic evolution remains evident in the complexity of present-day life. highlighting the significance of these early organisms in shaping the trajectory of biological history. Macroevolutionary events during the Cambrian period illustrated profound changes in the biosphere, ushering in an era characterized by an unprecedented variety of life forms. This region witnessed the emergence of complex multicellular organisms, highlighting the transition from simple to more sophisticated body plans. Fossils from this time reveal the development of distinct phyla, showcasing the remarkable innovations in morphology and physiology. Microevolutionary processes, in contrast, unfolded through gradual adaptations within specific lineages. These incremental changes facilitated survival and reproduction, allowing organisms to exploit diverse ecological niches, often observable in the fossil record. These patterns illustrate how species adapted to their environments over generations, demonstrating the intricate relationship between change and stability. The interplay between macroevolution and microevolution during the Cambrian period underscores a dynamic evolutionary landscape. While macroevolution provides a broad overview of significant shifts, microevolution enriches our understanding of the mechanisms at play during these transformations. In this context, evolutionary pressures such as predation, competition, and environmental fluctuations contributed to the diversity observed in the fossil record. Consequently, the Cambrian Explosion represents a pivotal moment in Earth's history. This period not only set the stage for future evolutionary developments, but also laid the groundwork for the complex web of life that continues to unfold today. The evidence found within these ancient remains offers invaluable insights into the principles of evolution that still govern biological diversity. The concept of evolutionary radiations illustrates significant bursts of diversity, with the Cambrian period standing as a pivotal example. This era marked an unprecedented acceleration in evolutionary processes, producing a vast array of complex organisms. In contrast, other periods, although notable for their own evolutionary advancements, did not witness such rapid diversification. The Ordovician period followed Earth, characterized by a proliferation of marine life. Yet it lacked the transformative leaps seen in the Cambrian. While diverse species flourished, they primarily built upon the foundation laid during the previous epoch. Similarly, the Triassic period experienced a resurgence of life after the mass extinction event, yet it unfolded gradually, with organisms evolving into niches rather than an explosion of forms. In the Cambrian, ecological niches emerged that were previously unoccupied. This resulted in the development of various body plans and lifestyles, from the predatory to the filter-feeding. Anomalocaridids and trilobites exemplify this adaptive radiation, showcasing novel anatomical features that would dominate future ecosystems. These evolutionary patterns reveal how the Cambrian period set a precedent for biological innovation, shaping the trajectory of life on Earth. The intricate web of interdependence among these organisms would lay the groundwork for ecosystems, influencing evolutionary pathways for millions of years to come. Genetic variations emerged as pivotal mechanisms during the Cambrian period, largely driving the diversification seen in marine life. Mutations introduced novel traits, enabling organisms to adapt to shifting environments. These spontaneous changes in the genetic code acted as catalysts for evolutionary advancements, allowing species to exploit new niches. The role of genetic drift, a mechanism where random changes in allele frequencies occur, further shaped this evolutionary landscape. In isolated populations, genetic variations could become pronounced, leading to the emergence of distinct forms and functions. This randomness created an intricate patchwork of organisms, each uniquely equipped for survival within their respective ecosystems. These processes facilitated the development of complex body plans, such as segmented bodies and specialized appendages. Such adaptations enhanced mobility and predation capabilities, allowing species to thrive amidst increasing competition. The expansion of ecological roles contributed to a robust biosphere, where interactions among predators and prey evolved intricately. As a result, the Cambrian explosion marked a significant shift in the evolutionary narrative, where the emergence of multicellular life forms paved the way for unprecedented biodiversity. This period set in motion a series of evolutionary experiments, shaping the trajectory of life on Earth for eons. The interplay of mutations and genetic drift highlights the dynamic nature of evolution, defining the very essence of biological diversity. This region of Earth's history, known as the Cambrian Explosion, marks a pivotal moment approximately 538 million years ago. It represents an era when life underwent a remarkable transformation and resulting in an unprecedented diversification of organisms. Fossils from this period reveal a vast array of forms, from the simplest trilobites to the more complex arthropods and early vertebrates. These ruins of ancient seafloors offer insights into the evolutionary processes that facilitated such rapid development. Environmental changes, including rising sea levels and increased oxygenation, created diverse habitats that encouraged experimentation with body plans and lifestyles. The emergence of predation instigated an arms race, driving organisms to develop defensive adaptations, such as hard shells and spines. In this setting, evolutionary innovations proliferated, allowing for the emergence of new ecological niches. The fossil record illustrates an explosion in complexity, where multicellular organisms began to dominate marine environments. The sudden appearance of these varied life forms poses significant questions regarding the mechanisms underlying evolutionary change. Selective pressures, genetic variation, and environmental factors converged, resulting in revolutionary shifts in biodiversity. Through careful examination of these patterns, scientists continue to unravel the intricate web of early life, shedding light on the foundational processes of evolution that shaped the biosphere as we know it today. The remnants of life from this period reveal a precarious balance, constantly influenced by environmental shifts. Extinction events marked significant junctures, dramatically altering the course of biological evolution. The end of the Cambrian period witnessed a series of challenges, from fluctuations in sea level to variations in oxygen availability. These stressors induced a gradual decline in biodiversity, impacting many of the thriving organisms that once flourished. This region, rich in fossil records, offers insights into the resilient adaptations that emerged during these tumultuous times. Some species developed hard exoskeletons, enhancing their survival prospects against predation and environmental pressures. Others adapted their reproductive strategies, increasing the likelihood of lineage continuation despite the prevailing threats. The aftermath of these events left behind a landscape marked by a loss of diversity, yet also a fertile ground for new life forms to emerge. Survivors of these extinction episodes laid the groundwork for subsequent evolutionary advancements, paving the way for the Devonian period, often referred to as the Age of Fishes. This evolutionary trajectory underscores a fundamental principle. Extinction, while devastating, serves a crucial role in the ecological narrative. It prompts the evolution of new species and the restructuring of ecosystems, emphasizing the complex interplay between life and the ever-changing environment. Resilience, adaptation, and transformation define this ongoing saga, intricately woven into the history of life on Earth. Emerging from the depths of this vibrant era, the first evidence of social behavior manifests within Cambrian community structures. Fossils reveal intricate networks of organisms, showcasing an early inclination toward cooperation. These assemblages consist of various species, often displaying remarkable interactions that hint at complex social dynamics. In the shallow marine environments, evidence indicates that some creatures formed aggregations for protection, while others might have engaged in communal feeding strategies. Such behaviors signify the dawn of social living, where individuals benefited from collaboration, enhancing their survival prospects. This region, rich in biodiversity, features organisms like trilobites and early arthropods, which likely exhibited behaviors that allowed them to thrive in diverse ecological niches. Their fossilized traces suggest a level of organization, with patterns indicating potential social structures. The presence of burrows and feeding traces reveals interactions not just between individuals of the same species but also between different organisms, hinting at a web of relationships that contributes to the robustness of these communities. As these early life forms navigated their environments, their social behaviors laid the groundwork for more complex communities in future eras. The Cambrian period, marked by burgeoning diversity and cooperation, reflects an essential chapter in the evolution of social behavior, demonstrating life's capacity to adapt in increasingly intricate ways. Microbial mats played a pivotal role in shaping the early Earth environment, acting as ecosystem engineers during the Cambrian period. These layered communities of microorganisms thrived in shallow marine environments, providing a foundation for the intricate webs of life that would follow. Their presence facilitated nutrient cycling, allowing for greater biological productivity within these developing ecosystems. The complex structures formed by these mats contributed to sediment stabilization, preventing erosion and fostering habitats for various organisms. The sticky exopolymers released by the microorganisms trapped particles and organic matter, forming a substrate that supported diverse life forms. This setting created niches where primitive organisms could flourish, or called earth organisprae. As microbial mats expanded, they influenced the availability of essential resources like oxygen and nutrients, paving the way for more complex life forms. The oxygen produced through photosynthesis altered local chemistry, allowing aerobic organisms to thrive. This transformation of the environment was crucial, marking a significant shift in the evolutionary trajectory of life. In this evolving landscape, the intricate interplay between microbial mats and their surroundings laid the groundwork for the emergence of multicellular organisms. The contributions of these microbial communities were foundational, setting the stage for the diverse ecosystems that would come to dominate the planet in subsequent geological eras. The Cambrian Ocean was a dynamic environment, characterized by its varied marine habitats teeming with nascent life forms. Stratified layers of sediment, rich in nutrients, underpinned these ecosystems, providing the essential building blocks for biological development. Shallow continental shelves sprawled across vast areas, allowing sunlight to penetrate and support photosynthetic organisms. This region fostered lush algal blooms, which became critical oxygen producers, subtly altering the atmospheric composition. Deeper waters, in contrast, presented a world of darkness and mystery. These environments hosted a different array of organisms, including early filter feeders and predatory species, both of which played pivotal roles in establishing food webs. The presence of hard substrates promoted the development of complex structures, like reefs formed from calcium carbonate, which provided habitats for diverse marine life. Within this oceanic expanse, Evolutionary experimentation thrived. Unique body plans emerged, including the first arthropods and chordates, marking a significant leap in the complexity of life. The mobility of organisms increased dramatically as many species developed hard exoskeletons, aiding in both protection and predation. The Cambrian period, through its varied marine habitats, catalyzed an explosion of biodiversity that would shape the evolutionary trajectory of life on Earth. The legacy of this era continues to resonate within modern marine ecosystems, echoing the intricate patterns of existence that originated within these ancient waters. Continents during the Cambrian period were positioned quite differently from today. The majority of land masses were clustered near the equator, forming a supercontinent known as Gondwana. This configuration allowed for expansive shallow seas to form around the continents, creating ideal conditions for the proliferation of marine life. The warm climate contributed to extensive shallow marine habitats, fostering biodiversity. Sea levels during this time fluctuated significantly, influenced by global tectonic activity and changing climatic conditions. As tectonic plates shifted, coastal ecosystems expanded and contracted, leading to dynamic environments where various species adapted and thrived. These shallow seas would have been teeming with life, ranging from simple organisms to early complex forms. The geographic isolation of certain regions facilitated evolutionary experimentation, allowing distinct lineages to emerge in different locales. Some areas became hotspots of evolutionary innovation, while others remained relatively stable, preserving ancient forms of life. In this context, the Cambrian period serves as a critical chapter in Earth's geological history. The interplay between continental positioning of Maastricht and Bille, sea level changes, and climatic conditions played a vital role in shaping the evolutionary trajectories of life. This interplay set the stage for the complex ecosystems that would follow, fundamentally altering the course of biological development on the planet. The emergence of diverse life forms during the Cambrian period brought forth an array of organisms, with sponges representing some of the earliest and simplest life. These creatures, primarily composed of porous bodies, served as foundational elements within aquatic ecosystems. Their unique structure allowed for efficient filtration and nutrient uptake, facilitating the development of more complex food webs. Significantly, sponges exhibit remarkable adaptability, thriving in various marine environments, from shallow coastal waters to the depths of oceanic trenches. This adaptability underscores their essential role in the health of marine ecosystems. Through their filtration processes, they contribute to water clarity and quality, supporting both primary producers and grazers that depend on clear waters for survival. The fossil record from this era reveals a variety of sponge forms, suggesting an early exploitation of ecological niches. Unlike later organisms, their skeletal structures were primarily composed of spongin and silica, which contributed to their preservation. These remnants provide insights into the evolutionary trajectory of multicellular life. In the oceans of the Cambrian, sponges were not merely passive inhabitants. They actively shaped their environments. Their presence allowed for the emergence of greater biodiversity, paving the way for more advanced life forms. This quiet revolution in biological complexity marked a turning point, highlighting the significance of even the simplest organisms in the grand narrative of life's evolution. The emergence of early coral-like organisms introduced a new ecological player, significantly altering marine environments. These organisms began to form structures that provided habitats for a variety of marine life. Their layered formations created complex ecosystems, fostering interactions that had not been previously observed. In this region of shallow seas, these animals thrived, relying on a symbiotic relationship with photosynthetic algae. This relationship allowed them to harness sunlight, enhancing their growth and the overall productivity of their surroundings. The rise of these coral-like structures not only contributed to biodiversity, but also influenced sedimentation patterns. Over time, the accumulation of calcium carbonate from their exoskeletons formed substantial reef structures. These reefs became essential for the sustenance of various marine species, offering protection, food, and breeding grounds. They acted as a crucial buffer in the face of environmental fluctuations, demonstrating resilience against changes in temperature and nutrient availability. As these organisms proliferated, their influence on the carbon cycle became increasingly evident. The stabilization of sediments through their growth contributed to the long-term sequestration of carbon, shaping the geological record. This interplay between biology and geology set the stage for future evolutionary innovations, as the presence of these structures provided new niches for emerging life forms. The gradual expansion of coral-like organisms marked a significant chapter in the history of life on Earth, revealing the interconnectedness of ecological systems. It provides a framework for understanding the intricate processes that led to the emergence of diverse life forms during this pivotal period. Evolutionary developmental biology examines the genetic mechanisms that dictate the morphologies of organisms, revealing insights into how simple structures evolved into complex ones. This region of study uncovers the role of regulatory genes, which orchestrate the development of body plans and influence the trajectory of evolution. The investigation into these genetic pathways shows that small changes can result in profound variations in form and function. This has significant implications for understanding the rapid diversification seen during the Cambrian period. The ability of organisms to exploit new ecological niches is reflected in the fossil record, where the emergence of arthropods, mollusks, and other phyla marks a notable shift in biodiversity. Comparative studies of extant relatives provide further context, illustrating how certain traits were conserved over time while others adapted to changing environments. This ongoing exploration highlights the dynamic interplay between genetic innovation and environmental pressures. The findings underscore the importance of the Cambrian Explosion as a crucial phase in evolutionary history, where experimentation with body plans laid the groundwork for modern ecosystems. Such insights continue to shape our understanding of life's complexity and resilience on Earth. Geographic regions during the Cambrian Explosion exhibited distinct evolutionary patterns. Each area contributed uniquely to the emergence of complex life forms. In what is now Canada, the Burgess Shale stands as a testament to an extraordinary diversity of species. Fossils found here reveal an intricate ecosystem teeming with organisms, many of which possessed features that would redefine the trajectory of life. Widivrakams alt, Wester Honis Remenisp, the remnants of Gondwana, particularly in parts of Australia and South America, showcase similar evolutionary phenomena. These regions yielded fossils that highlight a parallel record of development, suggesting a global interconnectedness among early marine environments. The presence of trilobites and other arthropods indicates that these ecosystems were vibrant and complex. Across the Atlantic, the regions of Europe, particularly the Cambrian strata in Wales, reveal another facet of this explosion. Fossils unearthed here provide critical insights into the morphologies that emerged during this period, emphasizing the adaptive strategies adopted by early life. Asia, too, contributes to this narrative. The discoveries in Mongolia and Siberia highlight the vast geographic distribution of Cambrian organisms, illustrating that the evolutionary innovations were not confined to a single location. This widespread occurrence underscores the profound shifts in marine ecosystems, marking a pivotal point in the history of life on Earth. But the influence of climate change during the Cambrian period played a crucial role in shaping evolutionary trends. Fluctuations in temperature and ocean chemistry created an environment ripe for experimentation among early life forms. Such variations led to the emergence of novel ecological niches, providing opportunities for species to diversify and adapt. It was within these dynamic conditions that multicellular organisms began to thrive, exhibiting a range of body plans and behaviors previously unseen. The increase in atmospheric oxygen levels dramatically influenced metabolic processes, enhanced oxygen availability, allowed for larger body sizes and more complex structures. This oxygenation event, coupled with nutrient-rich waters, fueled a rapid proliferation of life forms, resulting in an unprecedented evolutionary surge. Organisms adapted to various aquatic environments, from shallow coastal regions to deeper offshore habitats. Additionally, the Cambrians saw the development of predatory behaviors and defensive adaptations, which further drove diversification as species interacted with one another. The evolutionary arms race intensified. This period highlighted the interconnectedness of life, where changes in one aspect of the environment reverberated throughout the ecosystem. The impact of these climatic shifts laid the groundwork for the complexity of modern marine life, illustrating the profound relationship between environmental conditions and biological evolution. Each organism that emerged during this time contributed to the intricate web of life that would follow. These interactions marked a profound turning point in evolutionary history. Organisms began to develop more complex structures and behaviors, driven largely by the pressures of predation. In this region of the ancient seas, the emergence of predators forced prey species to adapt rapidly, resulting in a dynamic escalation of traits. Shells thickened, spines elongated, and camouflage became a vital survival strategy. This evolutionary arms race created a feedback loop. As predators evolved more sophisticated hunting techniques, prey species responded with equally advanced defensive mechanisms. The relentless competition fostered innovation among these early life forms, resulting in diverse adaptations and morphological changes. The anatomy of creatures shifted in response to the relentless pursuit of survival. Predation did not merely serve as a catalyst for change, but also shaped ecological relationships within these marine environments. Species began to occupy specific niches, leading to greater specialization. The once simple ecosystems transformed into intricate networks where each organism played a critical role. The Cambrian Explosion exemplified not only the diversity of life, but also the interconnectedness of these evolutionary pathways. The consequences of predation extended beyond individual species, influencing community dynamics and ecosystem structures. This period laid the groundwork for future evolutionary developments, embedding competition and adaptation deeply into the narrative of life on Earth. The transition from stationary to mobile organisms marked a profound shift in evolutionary strategies. This change allowed life to explore new ecological niches, extending beyond the confines of the ocean floor. The development of locomotion introduced varied methods of movement, enabling organisms to traverse their environments in search of resources and escape predation. Early forms exhibited simple forms of propulsion, utilizing cilia or flagella, facilitating movement through water. As evolutionary pressures intensified, more sophisticated mechanisms emerged. The emergence of muscles and skeletal structures signified a pivotal advancement, allowing for more dynamic and purposeful movements. This capability opened pathways to new feeding strategies and habitat colonization. Increased mobility led to ecological diversification. Predators evolved streamlined bodies, enhancing their hunting efficiency, while prey developed evasive adaptations to escape threats. The variations in locomotion became integral to survival, influencing the dynamics of entire ecosystems. This period also witnessed the rise of complex interactions among species, with mobile organisms establishing intricate food webs. The ability to move allowed for broader dispersal of offspring, fostering genetic diversity across vast distances. As life continued to adapt and evolve, the significance of locomotion resonated throughout the biosphere, shaping the trajectory of future organisms and establishing a foundation for the rich complexity observed today. The emergence of complex interactions marked a critical phase in the development of life. Symbiosis, characterized by mutualism and commensalism, facilitated unprecedented relationships among organisms. In this dynamic environment, various species began to engage in cooperative arrangements that would enhance their survival and reproductive success. Mutualism flourished as diverse organisms formed partnerships, benefiting each other in ways that were previously unimagined. This included collaborations between early plants and microorganisms, where nutrients were exchanged for protection and support. The interdependence forged through these relationships contributed to the robust ecosystems that emerged during this time. Commensalism also played a significant role, where one species benefited while the other remained unaffected. These interactions allowed organisms to exploit resources and habitats without detriment to their partners. An example lies in the relationship between certain shellfish and the organisms that attach to their hard surfaces, gaining mobility and access to food while providing no harm to their hosts. These symbiotic networks created a web of life that enhanced biological diversity and stability within these ancient ecosystems. As these relationships evolved, they laid the groundwork for future intricate interactions, contributing to the resilience of life as it continued to adapt to various environmental changes. The interconnections formed during this era remain significant in understanding the evolutionary narrative that shapes life today. The intricate web of life that emerged during the Cambrian period established foundational principles for modern biodiversity. This era witnessed an unprecedented explosion of forms, leading to the rise of complex organisms. These early life forms set the stage for future evolutionary developments, influencing the anatomical and physiological traits observed in contemporary species. The emergence of various body plans, including the first instances of hard shells and exoskeletons, provided protective advantages and paved the way for predatory behaviors. This shift not only enhanced survival strategies, but also encouraged diversification as organisms adapted to varying ecological niches. The genetic innovations that occurred during this period laid the groundwork for multicellularity and specialization, traits seen in many modern taxa. Fossils from this time offer crucial insights. They reveal an array of organisms, from the enigmatic hallucigenia to the well-known trilobites, all contributing to a dynamic ecosystem. This complex interplay among species facilitated evolutionary experimentation, whereby successful traits were passed down through generations. Such evolutionary legacies are observable today in the immense variety of life forms inhabiting Earth's environments. The principles of adaptation and selection that emerged during the Cambrian period remain essential in understanding how species evolve and interact in the present day. Consequently, this evolutionary legacy continues to shape biodiversity across the globe. The Cambrian Explosion marks a pivotal moment in the history of life on Earth, occurring approximately 541 million years ago. This period witnessed the rapid emergence of diverse multicellular organisms, leading to the establishment of most major animal phyla. Fossils from this time reveal a remarkable array of body plans and ecological strategies, illuminating a profound transformation in the complexity of life. Man krosen dan de finder the sun sized tot ein feitgenix and the athine, rich in nutrients, paving the way for this evolutionary surge. Marine ecosystems flourished, with organisms developing hard exoskeletons, specialized appendages, and novel forms of locomotion. These adaptations not only enhanced survival but also facilitated interactions within ecosystems, leading to intricate food webs. Among the notable inhabitants of this epoch were early arthropods, mollusks, and echinoderms. Fossil evidence suggests that these groups diversified rapidly, occupying various ecological niches. The emergence of predation during this time initiated evolutionary pressures, driving innovation in both predator and prey species. The fossil record, particularly from regions such as the Burgess Shale, provides crucial insights into these early forms of life. This era set the foundation for subsequent evolutionary developments, leading to a vast array of life forms that exist today. The Cambrian Explosion thus serves as a cornerstone in understanding the complex lineage of modern biodiversity. Environmental niches played a pivotal role in the proliferation of life forms during this remarkable period. The evolution of diverse habitats created unique conditions that fueled speciation events, allowing organisms to adapt to specific ecological roles. Shallow marine environments teemed with nutrients, fostering the emergence of various life forms that exploited these resources. Different depths, temperatures, and chemical compositions within these waters contributed to a myriad of adaptations. Some organisms developed hard exoskeletons for protection, while others evolved specialized feeding mechanisms to capitalize on available food sources. This ecological variety led to the establishment of distinct biological communities, each with its own set of interactions and evolutionary pressures. Territorial expansion and competition for resources intensified, further driving the diversification of life. Organisms began to occupy previously uninhabited niches, demonstrating the dynamic interplay between environmental factors and evolutionary processes. The emergence of predation introduced new dynamics in these ecosystems, prompting adaptations for survival and reproduction. Each niche provided a unique set of challenges, shaping the evolutionary trajectory of species. The interactions among various life forms and their environments fostered an intricate web of relationships, highlighting the significance of environmental niches in the evolutionary narrative. This complex interplay laid the foundation for the rich biodiversity that characterizes contemporary ecosystems, a testament to the power of adaptive radiation in shaping life on Earth. The influence of tectonic activity significantly altered the landscape, leading to profound shifts in ecosystems. Mountain building, driven by the collision of continental plates, created new habitats and altered existing ones. Elevated terrains, with their unique climatic conditions, fostered the emergence of diverse flora and fauna. This region, once a flat expanse, transformed into rugged elevations that influenced wind patterns and precipitation. The ecosystems began to adapt to these changes, with species evolving to thrive in the varying conditions presented by the newly formed mountains. These geological processes not only created barriers, but also facilitated the migration of organisms between environments, enabling genetic exchange and further enhancing biodiversity. As mountains rose, ancient seas receded, exposing vast land areas that offered fresh opportunities for colonization by life forms eager to exploit the untapped resources. The cyclical nature of tectonic activity, punctuated by periods of uplift and erosion, perpetuated a dynamic landscape. These changes influenced sediment deposition, nutrient availability, and habitat fragmentation. In this evolving context, species faced new challenges and opportunities. The relentless march of geological forces propelled life into uncharted territories, driving innovation and adaptation. The response of life to global events during the Cambrian period marked a significant turning point in the history of Earth. This era saw an explosion of diversity as organisms rapidly evolved to occupy various ecological niches. The introduction of complex body structures and intricate skeletal designs enabled these early life forms to thrive in an increasingly competitive environment. With the emergence of predation, evolutionary strategies shifted dramatically. Prey species developed defensive adaptations, such as shells and spines, while predators honed their hunting skills, leading to a dynamic interplay that would shape future ecosystems. This period was characterized by the proliferation of marine life, with trilobites and anomalocaridids becoming prominent inhabitants of the oceans. These adaptations extended beyond mere survival. They laid the groundwork for the vast array of life forms that would follow. The fossil record reveals a rich diversity of body plans, showcasing the profound impact of environmental pressures on evolutionary trajectories. As geological conditions continued to change, life responded accordingly, adapting to fluctuations in climate, sea levels, and habitat availability. The end of the Cambrian did not signify a decline, but rather a transition, as life persisted and diversified further, leading to new eras of evolutionary innovation. This ongoing response highlights the resilience of life in the face of constant change. Stable isotopes serve as vital tools in deciphering the ecological intricacies of the Cambrian period. These isotopes, particularly those of carbon, oxygen, and sulfur, provide insights into ancient environmental conditions and biological processes. The ratios of these isotopes found in fossilized remains reveal information about the diets and habitats of early life forms, uncovering the complex interactions within ecosystems. In this region, the variations in carbon isotopes often indicate shifts in primary productivity, reflecting changes in photosynthetic activity and the availability of nutrients. Such fluctuations hint at the emergence of diverse metabolic pathways, allowing organisms to exploit new ecological niches. Oxygen isotopes, on the other hand, inform researchers about past temperatures and ice volume, facilitating a deeper understanding of climatic conditions during this transformative era. Sulfur isotopes further elucidate the role of microbial life in biogeochemical cycles, particularly in relation to sulfur metabolism and its implications for energy dynamics within these ancient habitats. The interplay of these isotopes creates a clearer picture of the environmental pressures that shaped early life. By piecing together these isotopic signatures, a nuanced understanding of Cambrian ecology emerges. It becomes evident that as life diversified, it did so in response to a myriad of factors, not merely the availability of resources, but also the intricate balance of environmental conditions that influenced survival and adaptation. The Cambrian explosion marked a pivotal moment, signaling a shift from simple, single-celled organisms to complex multicellular life forms. This period, occurring approximately 540 million years ago, witnessed a rapid emergence of diverse body plans and ecological roles. Fossil evidence from this epoch reveals a remarkable variety of organisms, including the first representatives of many modern phyla. These newfound life forms adapted to various ecological niches, each exhibiting unique structures and functions. The development of hard exoskeletons provided protection and enhanced mobility, contributing to the success of predatory species. Such adaptations not only facilitated survival, but also catalyzed evolutionary innovations, leading to intricate food webs. The proliferation of life during this era was closely linked to significant geological and climatic changes, which created environments ripe for experimentation and diversification. Shallow marine habitats flourished, fostering complex interactions among organisms. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere and oceans, played a crucial role in supporting larger and more metabolically active life forms. This period of evolutionary experimentation, the development of early ecosystem interactions, transformed the landscape of life during the Cambrian Explosion. Organisms began to occupy various niches, leading to a surge in competition for resources. This competition fostered rapid adaptations as species optimized their structures and behaviors to thrive. Hard shells emerged, offering protection against predatory threats, while specialized feeding mechanisms evolved to exploit available food sources. Predation introduced a significant dynamic into these ecosystems. The emergence of carnivorous life forms prompted a shift in the evolutionary arms race. Organisms developed various strategies for hunting, while others adapted to escape predation. These interactions were not merely survival tactics. They spurred innovations such as enhanced mobility and complex sensory systems. Consequently, the intricate web of life became increasingly interconnected. Some species formed symbiotic relationships, collaborating to maximize their chances of survival in a competitive environment. Others became opportunistic feeders, adjusting their diets in response to the availability of prey. This interplay of predator and prey established foundational principles that would govern ecological balance for eons. The Cambrian period did not solely witness the emergence of diverse life forms, but also laid the groundwork for complex biological interactions that would shape ecosystems through time. Each interaction refined the evolutionary trajectory, marking a pivotal shift in the history of life on Earth. Morphological innovations played a crucial role in this diversification, providing the structural foundation for myriad life forms. During the Cambrian period, significant changes in body plans allowed organisms to adapt to varying ecological niches. The emergence of hard exoskeletons offered protection and support, enabling species to exploit new environments and resources. This development not only enhanced survival, but also facilitated predation, sparking a complex web of interactions that further drove evolutionary changes. The introduction of new anatomical features, such as eyes and specialized appendages, contributed to increased mobility and sensory perception. Organisms became more adept at navigating their surroundings, leading to a competitive advantage in foraging and evading predators. These adaptations created a feedback loop, where the evolution of predators and prey influenced one another, fostering additional morphological developments. Structures such as gills and specialized organs for filter feeding emerged, expanding the methods of nutrient acquisition. This diversification of feeding strategies allowed populations to flourish in various marine environments, from shallow coastal areas to the depths of the ocean. The intricate relationships formed during this time laid the groundwork for the complex ecosystems observed today. Morphological innovations thus not only facilitated immediate survival, but also set the stage for future evolutionary developments, underscoring the dynamic interplay between form, function, and environment in the history of life. Biodiversity hotspots emerged as crucial centers for evolutionary experimentation during the Cambrian period. These regions, often characterized by rich marine environments, provided the necessary conditions for diverse organisms to thrive. Nutrient-rich waters, coupled with varying depths and substrates, created a dynamic setting for the proliferation of life forms. Species interactions in these habitats led to complex ecological relationships, enhancing the resilience and adaptability of emerging life. In the shallow seas, organisms began to occupy various ecological niches, fueling the diversification of body plans and behaviors. The interplay of predation and competition drove evolutionary pressures, fostering innovation. It was within these hotspots that iconic forms, such as trilobites and early mollusks, showcased the remarkable array of adaptations, from protective exoskeletons to improved locomotion. These regions also served as incubators for new ecological strategies. The emergence of filter feeding, for instance, revolutionized energy acquisition and led to the establishment of complex food webs. Such interactions laid the groundwork for future biodiversity, as evolutionary successes in these hotspots often radiated outward, influencing surrounding environments. The significance of biodiversity hotspots during this era cannot be overstated. They represent the foundation upon which modern ecosystems are built, encapsulating a pivotal moment in the history of life on Earth, where complexity began to flourish in unprecedented ways. Climate stability during the Cambrian period facilitated the emergence of diverse life forms. This era experienced relatively stable conditions, allowing ecosystems to develop and thrive. Warm, shallow seas provided abundant nutrients, fostering a rich environment for early multicellular organisms. In these environments, various evolutionary strategies began to surface, resulting in the proliferation of complex body structures and ecological interactions. Changes in sea levels and temperatures also played a critical role, introducing new niches and altering existing habitats. These fluctuations allowed organisms to adapt and evolve, leading to innovations such as predation and symbiosis. The development of hard body parts, such as shells and exoskeletons, can be attributed to these shifting conditions. These adaptations not only offered protection, but also enabled organisms to explore new ecological roles. In contrast, periods of climate instability posed challenges that shaped evolutionary paths. The introduction of anoxic events and fluctuations in carbon dioxide levels influenced the composition of marine life. Organisms that could adapt to these changes thrived, while others faced extinction. Such dynamics underscored the intricate relationship between climate and biological diversity, revealing how environmental factors guided the trajectory of life. Observing these patterns provides insights into the resilience and adaptability of early life forms, highlighting the significance of climate in shaping evolutionary history. The interplay of biotic and abiotic factors during the Cambrian period created a complex environment conducive to rapid diversification. Geological changes transformed oceanic landscapes, resulting in varied habitats that supported unique life forms. Shallow marine settings flourished, fostering nutrient-rich waters that encouraged photosynthesis. This led to an increase in oxygen levels, which in turn supported larger and more complex organisms. The emergence of predator-prey dynamics marked a significant evolutionary milestone. Organisms developed protective adaptations, while others evolved mechanisms for hunting and defense. This interaction established a feedback loop, further accelerating diversifications. The presence of hard shells and exoskeletons became prevalent, offering both protection and a new niche in the ecosystem. Abiotic factors, such as temperature fluctuations and sea level changes, influenced these dynamics. Shifts in climate resulted in shifts in species distribution, forcing life forms to adapt or face extinction. The Cambrian Ocean served as a laboratory of evolution, where random mutations and environmental pressures shaped the trajectory of life. This era also saw the establishment of ecological relationships, as organisms began to interact in increasingly complex ways. The gradual accumulation of these interactions laid the groundwork for future biodiversity. Life, in its myriad forms, emerged from these ancient seas, forever altering the course of biological history and setting the stage for the flourishing of ecosystems that would follow. These early reef builders, known as archaeoceathids, played a pivotal role in shaping the marine environments of their time, characterized by their unique cup-like structures. They provided essential habitats for a variety of organisms. The physical architecture established by these organisms created intricate underwater landscapes, fostering biodiversity in a world that was rapidly evolving. Their presence influenced sedimentation patterns, as these structures trapped particles and contributed to the development of complex ecosystems. Within these burgeoning reefs, a multitude of life forms found refuge and sustenance, from small invertebrates to early mollusks. This confluence of species thrived within the protective embrace of the archaeocyathid formations. As water currents flowed through these reefs, they facilitated nutrient exchange, ensuring that life flourished in this dynamic environment. The stability offered by archaeoceathids allowed for the colonization of various niches, promoting evolutionary experimentation. This symbiotic relationship between organisms and their environment laid the groundwork for future ecological interactions. Eventually, the decline of the archaeoceathids marked a significant transition in the geological record. Their departure opened avenues for new reef-building organisms, fostering an even greater diversity within marine ecosystems. This shift underscores the complexity of life's evolutionary trajectory, a narrative shaped by both the rise and fall of its pioneers. The Cambrian fossil record, while rich in significant finds, presents inherent limitations that challenge interpretations of this critical period. The sheer abundance of fossils, originating from locations like the Burgess Shale and the Sirius Passet, offers a glimpse into a world teeming with diversity. Yet, this wealth does not encompass all life forms that existed. Many organisms likely left no trace, or fidemitutis, their soft bodies decomposing without a fossilized legacy. These limitations lead to a skewed understanding of the evolutionary processes at work. Fossils often depict a snapshot in time, revealing a mere fraction of the complex interactions occurring within ecosystems. The preservation bias towards hard-bodied organisms means that the softer, more delicate creatures, which may have played pivotal roles, remain largely undocumented. Interpretations of the Cambrian period must navigate this incomplete record, raising questions about ecological dynamics and evolutionary innovations. The emergence of various body plans, evidenced by the plethora of trilobites and anomalocaridids, hints at rapid diversification. Yet, this explosion of forms may not signify a straightforward progression, but rather a mosaic of simultaneous developments influenced by environmental factors, predation, and competition. Analyzing the fossil record invites a nuanced discourse on the nature of evolutionary change, encouraging a re-evaluation of assumptions surrounding the Cambrian explosion and its lasting impact on the history of life on Earth. The rise of Cambrian species reveals an intricate interplay between innovation and environmental pressures. Life diversified rapidly during this period, leading to an array of complex forms, each adapting to their surrounding ecosystems. Some organisms thrived in shallow marine environments, while others ventured into deeper waters, exploiting newly available niches. The emergence of hard shells and sophisticated predatory strategies marked significant evolutionary advancements. Patterns of extinction emerged alongside this diversification. As competition intensified, certain species could not adapt quickly enough to shifting conditions, leading to their decline. Geological evidence suggests that fluctuations in sea levels and changes in ocean chemistry played critical roles in these extinction events. Instances of abrupt environmental change often resulted in biodiversity bottlenecks. where only the most resilient species survived. These phenomena highlight the cyclical nature of life during the Cambrian period. While some taxa flourished, thriving in their ecological roles, others faced inevitable extinction. Fossilized remains indicate that certain lineages persisted, evolving into forms recognizable in later geological periods. This complex interplay of survival and extinction underscores the delicate balance within ecosystems, where adaptability often dictates success. The legacy of the Cambrian explosion is thus marked not only by the emergence of diverse life forms, but also by the stark realities of ecological competition and environmental change that continue to shape the evolutionary narrative. The cultural impact of the Cambrian explosion resonates profoundly within modern science, influencing both the methodology and philosophy of biological research. This pivotal event serves as a cornerstone in the study of evolutionary biology, illustrating the principles of adaptation and diversification. It has inspired countless scientists to explore the origins and paths of complexity within life forms. The Cambrian period acts as a benchmark, marking a time when life transitioned from simple cellular structures to intricate organisms with specialized functions. This transition prompts ongoing studies of fossil records, driving advancements in technologies such as computed tomography and three-dimensional imaging. These innovations enable researchers to examine previously inaccessible anatomical features, revealing insights into the evolutionary processes that followed the Cambrian. The event also influences broader scientific discourse, encouraging interdisciplinary collaborations between biology, geology, and environmental science. It invites a deeper understanding of how life interacts with its surroundings, shaping narratives around extinction and resilience. References to the Cambrian explosion frequently appear in curricula, illustrating fundamental concepts in evolution and the interconnectedness of life. This emphasis cultivates an appreciation for biodiversity and the historical context of life on Earth, inspiring future generations to explore and protect the natural world. The legacy of this significant period remains a guiding force in the ongoing journey of scientific discovery. The role of technology in uncovering Cambrian fossils has transformed the understanding of early life forms. Advanced imaging techniques have enabled researchers to visualize intricate details that were once obscured by sediment. High-resolution scanning electron microscopy reveals the microscopic structures of ancient organisms, providing insight into their morphology and evolutionary adaptations. Geophysical methods, including ground-penetrating radar, allow scientists to examine subsurface layers without excavation, preserving the delicate context in which these fossils are found. This non-invasive approach has led to the discovery of new sites, expanding the geographical scope of Cambrian research. In addition, three-dimensional modeling and virtual reconstructions of fossilized specimens facilitate detailed analysis, allowing for comparisons among different species across time and space. Such technologies have illuminated the relationships among various organisms, clarifying the evolutionary pathways that emerged during this pivotal era. Genomic sequencing techniques have also played a crucial role in understanding the genetic relationships of contemporary organisms to their ancient counterparts. By analyzing DNA from modern species, researchers can trace lineage and evolutionary changes back to Cambrian ancestors, deepening the understanding of biodiversity's origins. The integration of these technological advances continues to reshape interpretations of the Cambrian explosion, reinforcing its significance in the broader narrative of life on Earth. Insights drawn from the Cambrian explosion reveal profound lessons applicable to understanding modern biodiversity. This pivotal period marked a surge in evolutionary experimentation, resulting in an array of body plans and ecological interactions. The fossil record illustrates how environmental factors and genetic innovations fostered diversity, suggesting that similar dynamics influence contemporary ecosystems. Current biodiversity reflects not only lineage and adaptation, but also the underlying mechanisms that facilitate such variety. The role of ecological niches during the Cambrian serves as a reminder of how new habitats can catalyze evolutionary pathways in modern contexts. The introduction of invasive species or shifting climates may replicate this phenomenon, generating new ecological landscapes ripe for exploration. Paleoecological evidence indicates that mass extinctions, while devastating, can pave the way for renewed diversification. This can be observed in the aftermath of the Cambrian, where surviving organisms adapted and radiated into previously unoccupied niches. Understanding these patterns is crucial, as human activity now poses similar threats to existing biodiversity. The interplay of environmental change and biological response during the Cambrian may mirror current challenges faced by ecosystems worldwide. Lessons from this ancient period emphasize the resilience of life and the potential for recovery, underscoring the importance of conservation efforts in preserving the rich tapestry of modern biodiversity. Education and outreach play a vital role in advancing understanding of the Cambrian period and its implications for modern biodiversity. Engaging the public with this ancient epoch fosters a deeper appreciation for the complexities of evolutionary history. Through various initiatives, scientists share insights into the unique organisms that inhabited this era, illustrating the connections between past and present life forms. Curricula designed around Cambrian research enhance educational frameworks, offering students opportunities to explore paleontological discoveries. This region of time, rich in fossil evidence, serves as a key to unlocking mysteries of evolution. Interactive exhibits and virtual experiences can make these ancient ecosystems accessible, allowing individuals to grasp the significance of biodiversity in contemporary ecosystems. Collaborative efforts between researchers and educators cultivate an informed populace. Workshops, lectures, and community programs contribute to a broader understanding of ecological interdependence. By highlighting the Cambrian explosion, educators can emphasize the fragility of life and the importance of preserving habitats against the backdrop of ongoing environmental change. The integration of technology into research and education facilitates the dissemination of knowledge. Online platforms enable global access to findings, fostering a shared commitment to scientific inquiry. By illuminating the past, outreach initiatives can inspire future generations to appreciate and protect the intricate web of life, ensuring its continuity for years to come. Unanswered questions linger regarding the Cambrian explosion, prompting ongoing research into the origins and diversification of life during this critical period. Investigations into the genetic and environmental factors that may have influenced this biological renaissance are paramount. Understanding the mechanisms behind the rapid development of complex organisms could provide insights into evolutionary processes. It is essential to explore the role of climate change and geological shifts that may have acted as catalysts for such profound transformations in biodiversity. The fossil record presents gaps that researchers strive to fill, discovering and analyzing new sites, particularly in previously unexplored regions, could illuminate the connections between early multicellular life forms. These inquiries may also shed light on the interactions between species and their ecosystems, revealing the delicate balance that underpinned this evolutionary milestone. Technological advancements in imaging and sampling techniques allow for a more nuanced examination of ancient organisms. High-resolution analyses of fossilized remains can unveil details about morphology and behavior, offering clues about their adaptation strategies. Additionally, interdisciplinary collaboration among paleobiologists, geologists, and geneticists will be crucial in constructing a comprehensive picture of this epoch. Each new discovery has the potential to reshape current understanding and raise further inquiries, maintaining the momentum of exploration in the rich field of Cambrian research. Media representations of the Cambrian explosion reflect the fascination with an era that witnessed an extraordinary diversification of life. Documentaries and educational programs often emphasize the vibrant marine environments, portraying a world teeming with unfamiliar organisms. Visual renderings highlight the intricate body plans and adaptations that emerged during this pivotal period. Animation techniques bring to life the dynamic interactions among these early species, evoking a sense of wonder about life's complexity. Popular literature frequently adopts the Cambrian explosion as a metaphor for creativity and transformation, suggesting parallels with human innovation. This analogy posits that just as life diversified in a relatively short geological period, human thought and culture can undergo rapid evolution in response to new ideas and challenges. With various media exploring the aesthetic qualities of Cambrian life forms, sculptors and painters draw inspiration from the unique morphology of organisms like the anomalocaridids and trilobites, capturing their otherworldly essence in physical and visual forms. The fascination extends to digital platforms, where educational videos and interactive content engage audiences by inviting exploration of this ancient world. Virtual reconstructions allow viewers to immerse themselves in the Cambrian seas, fostering an appreciation for a time that laid the groundwork for the vast biodiversity observed today. Such representations underscore the enduring legacy of the Cambrian explosion in both science and culture. The Cambrian explosion initiated a remarkable phase in the history of life, leading to an extensive diversification of organisms. This event established the foundational body plans from which many modern species would eventually evolve. The complexity observed in early marine habitats paved the way for intricate ecosystems, highlighting the significance of this geological period in shaping Earth's biodiversity. This era's innovations, such as hard exoskeletons and varied feeding strategies, not only facilitated survival, but also spurred competition and predation. Such dynamics contributed to evolutionary pressures that would drive subsequent adaptations across various lineages. The fossil record from this time reveals an array of life forms that would influence ecological relationships for millions of years. These developments were not isolated to aquatic environments. They influenced terrestrial ecosystems as well. The traits that emerged during the Cambrian would be adapted by subsequent generations as life transitioned onto land. The lessons from this period resonate through evolutionary biology, illustrating how rapid diversification can lead to complex interdependencies. The Cambrian explosion serves as a critical reminder of life's potential for adaptation and resilience. Its impact continues to be felt, informing our understanding of biodiversity and the processes that govern it. The intricate web of life we observe today has its roots deeply embedded in this transformative epoch, Numerous resources provide deeper insights into the Cambrian era and its monumental significance in the history of life. Scholarly articles and comprehensive texts delve into the fossil record, elucidating the evolutionary advancements that characterized this period. Peer-reviewed journals frequently publish findings that enhance understanding of the ecological dynamics, environmental conditions, and biological innovations prevalent during those ancient seas. Documentaries meticulously explore the geological and paleontological discoveries from this time. Visual representations of early marine environments offer glimpses into the vibrant ecosystems that once thrived. Additionally, interactive online platforms allow for engagement with simulations and reconstructions of ancient life forms, offering a unique perspective on their morphology and behavior. Field guides serve as valuable resources on King Fieldstye or Condilso, detailing the identification of Cambrian fossils and their geological contexts. These publications facilitate exploration of significant sites, such as the Burgess Shale in Canada and the Maotianshan shales in China, where extraordinary fossil preservation has provided critical insights into early multicellular life. While scientific organizations and museums often host exhibitions dedicated to this pivotal era, featuring specimens and interactive displays that enhance comprehension of Cambrian biodiversity, each resource contributes to a collective understanding of how life diversifies and adapts, emphasizing the profound legacy of this foundational epoch in the story of Earth's biological history.